What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Friday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm going to recap what was absolutely a disastrous three-game series for the New York Mets as they took on the Detroit Tigers. And as if it couldn't have gotten any worse when they played the doubleheader a couple of days ago, then yesterday happened. This Mets team is right now in the midst of just a absolute disastrous period. One point they can't hit, then they can't pitch. Maybe it's a combination of both. Yesterday, case in example, they actually got some decent pitching for the first time in what feels like a long time. Justin Verlander, while he wasn't stellar, he only gave up 5 hits and 2 earned runs in 5 innings. And he struck out 5 and only walked 1 batter, though he gave up 2 home runs. And both of them happened in the first inning, where he gave up a couple of back-to-back home runs to Greene and Baez of the Tigers. Who would have thought that the scoring would have stopped right after that? And neither team would generate another run. Jeff Brigham, Drew Smith, and Dominic Leone all pitched 3 scoreless innings after that. But it wasn't enough, because Eduardo Rodriguez pitched 8 innings of 2-hit ball against the New York Mets. And then Alex Lang came in and closed out the Mets in what was an absolute disastrous 3-game series for the Mets overall, as they lose to the Tigers 2-0. Mets were only able to muster up 3 hits against the Detroit Tigers in this game. Tommy Pham, Starling Marte, and Brandon Nimmo. 2 of the 3 outfielders were the only guys to muster up any type of hits. And the Mets struck out 11 times, including 9 strikeouts overall against Eduardo Rodriguez, the eventual winner of this game for Detroit. And now the Mets are back to 500. They've lost 3 in a row, and now they are back at 500 at 16-16. I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez is not a bad pitcher, but this Mets team right now just can't get out of their own way. For the most part, it was the pitching that was the problem. Now it's the hitting. You finally get a good pitching performance from Justin Verlander in his debut for the Mets. And their bats go silent. 11 strikeouts, 3 hits. That's it. Against the Detroit Tigers. We're not talking about a team that is loaded with a whole bunch of talent. We're talking about a baseball team that is 13-17 right now on the season. 13-17. And the Mets can only muster up 3 hits. I mean, this Mets team right now is in the midst of a tailspin. And the question is, are they going to be able to do something to right the ship? Because right now, they're not showing any signs of turning things around. 16-16 on the season. And they're getting ready for a 3-game series now against the Colorado Rockies. Another team that has not been good so far this year. 12-20 is their record. And they're going up against Kodai Senga, who has actually been one of the better pitchers for the Mets, even though he's only pitching to a 4.51 ERA. Or 1.5 ERA. Going to go up against the Rockies pitcher, Antonio Sandaleza, who's pitching to who had a 5.07 ERA, and he's making his debut for the Rockies this year. Mets have got to do something to wake up this offense. Mets have got to do something to wake up this team right now. because it's looking ugly at the moment. And if things don't change, this could be a really, really scary time if you're a New York Mets fan. But right now, this baseball team is 16-16. For the most part, they couldn't pitch. And now the past couple of games, they haven't been able to hit. Maybe Buck Showalter has to try a couple of different things to help spark this team and get them going. Maybe they need to see a team like the Colorado Rockies who can't get out of their own way. I don't know what it is, but this Mets team needs to get some type of spark going back into them. Or this could end up being a very, very ugly situation for the Amazins heading into the spring and summer months of 2023. Just an ugly series against Detroit. You're going to get them from time to time during every Major League Baseball season. We know what baseball's like. It's a whole bunch of peaks and valleys. Right now, the Mets are going through a valley. They're going down, down, down. But we'll have to wait and see if this team can somehow find a way to get it together. And first off, more than anything, it starts with the pitching. The pitching is the one thing that has to be consistently better. The hitting has come back and forth. But the pitching has got to play better. If they can get better pitching overall, with Verlander looking solid, Scherzer has got to be a hell of a lot better than he's pitched so far. Scherzer has got to be better. Verlander has got to be good. Senga, who's tailed off recently, he's got to pitch better. When you get Carrasco back, he's got to pitch better. The Mets need their guys to start doing a better job pitching. I think the hitting will be okay eventually, but the pitching has got to be the thing that has got to do better for this Mets team to really get to where they want to be. But right now, the Mets, they're 16-16. They're tied with the Marlins for second place in the National League East. Braves are now 22-10. So the Braves have a nice sizable lead over the Mets right now. But it all starts with the pitching. And hopefully they can get it together against the Rockies team that, let's just be honest, is not that good. We'll wait and see what's going to happen tonight. Hit that like button if you haven't already and give a sub to NYGJeffreyT85. More news updates and chatter surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications. The next video is short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think about the Mets and how they've been playing, which has not been good. And if you think this team can turn it around, they're actually at home. My fault. They're at home against the Rockies this weekend. And if Senga can put together a better pitching performance and begin to start riding the ship for the Amazins, and they can get consistent hitting and pitching from this team heading into this series at home against the Colorado Rockies at CitiField. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Mets as always. All you got to do is you got to believe in those boys from Queens.